Hi everyone, welcome again to Elders Words of Wisdom. This is a podcast brought to you by the National Resource Center for Alaska Native Elders at UAA. On today's episode, I spoke with UAA School of Social Work professor Amanda Sandlin about her experience working with elders, and in particular, about how to recognize elder abuse and exploitation. So Amanda began her career at the Alzheimer's Resource of Alaska after graduating with a bachelor's degree in social work.
And I started working as a care coordinator where I had the honor to work with individuals over the age of 60, making sure their needs were met, looking at their, essential needs, basic needs for, food, clothing, shelter, safety needs. The care coordination role really taught me a lot about working with elders and all of the different things that, elders might need, along with teaching me a lot about Alzheimer's disease and other related disorders.
Amanda went on to get her MSW degree and continued her career in Alaska working with elders and in adult guardianship and conservator cases. So, abuse and exploitation can mean a lot of different things. Some cases are more obvious than others, so I asked Amanda what are some common and uncommon things she sees.
I think the most common forms or the commonly known forms of elder abuse would include physical abuse of an elder, would also include financial exploitation of an elder. And then I think probably neglect could fall into that category. So, a caregiver neglecting an elder for whom they're caring. Some uncommon forms I think would certainly be abandonment of an elder. So if you're caring for someone and you abandon them, that is a form of elder abuse, but maybe less commonly thought of or known. Somebody neglecting their own needs is actually a form of elder abuse. And that is more common than we might think, but one of those real subtle forms of abuse that there may be that thin line or people might not think it's abuse. Another form of elder abuse is undue influence. Undue influence is just really influencing an elder to perhaps give away belongings, sign over deeds to assets, things like that.
Amanda says, in her experience, individuals who are living at home or with family members are more susceptible to abuse.
Not to say that abuse does not occur in care facilities, it certainly does, but typically in a care facility, there's more eyes on the person and more eyes on the person from a professional perspective, not only just the folks working in the home, but outside professionals coming in to provide care coordination or home health services or nursing care.
It's also important to be able to recognize abuse and how to spot it. Amanda had some tips for how to do so.
Number one is any physical signs of abuse. So if we're talking about abuse in a real broad category, physical abuse, so bruising, any sort of signs of impaired mobility, did somebody fall or did something else happen? Also, signs of neglect. Signs of neglect could include somebody not being clean, disheveled, somebody who's being cared for not receiving their medications properly. Somebody say who is incontinent, not receiving support for toileting, those sorts of issues. So those are some of the ones that pop into my mind right away.
So that's our introduction on elder abuse with Amanda Sandlin. We'll have more episodes coming your way soon on other related topics, including financial abuse, how to talk about abuse with elders, and what other resources are available to people who need assistance. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our podcast wherever you are listening. This is Elders Words of Wisdom with me, Thomas Moore, at the National Resource Center for Alaska Native Elders.